Now let's start our Hanzi practice. So we learned in our first class that Hanzi is the character system of Chinese language. And that is what we officially use. So first, although this Hanzi looks complicated, well, it is the combination of these simple strokes. So the most simple 5 strokes is listed here. And the name of it is 横、竖、撇、点、捺. And here, I need you to remember its Chinese name. You can remember it with pinyin, but we don't need to remember it in English name, because in English language, this stroke doesn't exist, right? So it actually has no meaning of its English version. But if it is remembered in Chinese, then it do has its own meaning. Each stroke is the basic stroke of Chinese character, the essential part of Hanzi. Okay, let's start from the first one, 横, 横. This English name is also the explanation of it. So 横 literally means a horizontal line, a short horizontal line. And how we write it is like this. Once again, 横. Yes, so for stroke, not only we need to write it out, but we also need to write it in its direction. 横. So we can tell from this 横, the direction of it is from the left to the right. Now you can take out your notebook and practice after each stroke. 横. And the second one is 竖, 竖. Just the same like 横, but the direction is not the same. So 竖 means a vertical line, 竖. And it writes like this, 竖, 竖. Once again, 竖. Direction of 竖 is from the top to the bottom, 竖. And the third one is called 撇, 撇, 撇. 撇 means a left filling. A left filling. So first we write half of the 竖, right? Half 竖, and then it goes to the left. 撇, like this. Also, just like 竖, the direction is from the top to the bottom. 撇. Next one, 点, 点. 点 means a dot. 点 means a dot. 点, 点, 点. Also from the top to the bottom, 点. And the last stroke is 捺, 捺, 捺. 捺 means a right falling. Well, we can tell from this stroke that the left falling and the right falling is directly look not the same. Right, so Pie, first we write half shu, and then it goes left. But for na, we don't write half shu. Na is just a right falling. Na. How we write it is like a more complicated, a more longer dian. So it's really different from left falling Pie. Na, we write like this. Na. 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 And in conclusion, from this 5 basic stroke, we can tell that in Chinese character system, how we write it, the direction we write it is from the top left corner to the right bottom, right? Just like my blue signal is showing here, from the left top corner to the right bottom. So for this heng, from left top to the right bottom right, but heng is a horizontal line. So there's no problem of the top or the bottom. So only from left to the right. And the same for shu. There's no problem of right to left to right direction, but only from the top to the bottom. And for pie, top to the bottom. Generally, it's from left to the right. But for this pie, because there's no right of it, also only from the top to the bottom, like this. And then for dian and na is the most classic one. So these two stroke follows our rule here, from the left top to the right bottom, left top to the right bottom. This mark, I need you to remember it, because whenever you're seeing this, it means we are gonna practice Chinese character. And this one is the basic line of Chinese character. Just like when we are practicing the English character, we use this 4 horizontal lines, basic line. In practicing Chinese language, we use this. And the name of this basic line in Chinese is 田字格. 田字格, the name of this. And here is an example to show how we use this 田字格 to practice the Chinese character. You see, in Chinese character, we have lots of strokes. And for even the same stroke, like we just learned the basic heng, this stroke, there's a short heng or longer heng or even longer heng. So it's not the same. And that's where this 田字格 is more important. Because if you're writing a character in 田字格, it helps you to know the direction and the combination, the relationship between each and every single stroke. For Chinese character, we also have another name, which is the square character. Square character, because each character, when we finish writing it, it looks like a square, just like this. And here it explains why our Chinese language looks like a square after it finished its writing, because when we are practicing it, we're using this square. So it also tells us that when we are practicing the Chinese character, and when you finish writing one character, you find it only in the left 2 small square or only in the top 2 square, it means your character is not writing in a right way, or at least it's in a really ugly way. We can also tell the size of this different stroke, right? So for really small, just in the middle of it, and for na, it's much longer. When you're practicing the character, whenever you're writing it down, like you're writing 横, you read it out as well, so that it helps you to remember. And how we use these strokes, the first one, 横, 一 means number one, the number one, 一. So it's only using this simple 横, and this GIF pictures helps you to know the direction of writing the character as well. And the second character we're using 横 is this, the number 2, 二. So for 二, we can tell from this example that although it's the same 横 here, but the first one is a little shorter than the second one. Next one, the character that is using 数, we have the number 10, 10. So 10 we can tell from this GIF picture. First, we are writing a 横 and then writing 数. Although it's just a 横 and a 数 on the 1/3 of the 数, it's not at the middle of the 数. So it doesn't look like a crossing. And the next one, 工 means worker or labor. 工. First 横 and 数 and then 横 数 横. Just like 二, the top 横 is a little shorter than the bottom 横. Next one, human, is called 人. And the 人, this character, is the combination of 撇 and 捺. And the same for the number 8, it's also 撇 and 捺. But we can tell from these two characters that although we are using the same stroke, but the relationship between these two strokes is different, right? So for 人, this 撇 is a little longer than 捺. And this two has a connection here. There's a crossing that made by 撇 and 捺. But for number 8, 八, the 撇 is shorter than 捺. And also there's a space between these two strokes. 八. Okay, next one for dot. Dot, we have no or not. 不 It's writing like this. 不. So the first stroke of 不 is the first one, the most simple one, 横. And then this one, 撇 and 竖 and 点. Next one is number 6, 六. For 六, we first write a dot, and then 横 撇 点. We can tell from 六 that even for this simple 点, we have a smaller 点 and a bigger 点. Only if we write all the stroke is right size, then this character looks pretty. Next one is big. Big is 大. First we write 横 and then 撇 and then 捺. And you might notice that for na, if we ignore this heng, only pie and na, it looks like this one, right? It looks like ren. These two stroke is actually writing in the same way. But the only difference is for da, there's another stroke, heng. Tian, tian. Tian means sky. Tian. If you still remember the character we practiced here, er. Then you might notice tian is the combination of er and ren, and that's the interesting part of a Chinese character. Some combination makes the new character. We are gonna learn some simple component characters. The first one is yi. We just learned yi. Number 1, it is the stroke heng, and it is also the single character. Yi means 1. And er as well, just like yi, it is the combination of 2 heng. San, number 3, just like yi and er. In san, we have 3 strokes. Well, the relationship between these 3 strokes is interesting. We cannot write it like this. This is how the Chinese ancient people write it like. So the picture here tells us the revolution of this character. First, in a long time ago, the ancient Chinese write san like this. And then it revolute like this. And revolute again like this. Nowadays, we are writing it like this, which we think is the most pretty way of writing san. The shortest heng is the second one, and the longest heng is the third one. So we can tell in this basic 田字格, in this basic line, that the relationship between these 3 strokes. Next one, 10, we just learned. 10 means 10. Number 8, 八, 八. First pie and then na. Number 6, 六, 六. 点, 横, 撇, 点. So 六 is combined by 4 strokes. 点, 横, 撇, 点. Okay, that's all for today's character learning.